Hello everyone, this is Edward from MegaMoneyMakingMethods.com doing another case study for Fiverr. This time, the case study the gigs we're actually going to be looking over are for outdoor advertising, specifically like putting signs or different advertisements on the back of vehicle windows. And if you listen closely in the background, you hear my 2-year-old daughter Tesla running around and making some noise. Okay, I'll still finish this one. The actual case study and the actual gigs we're going to be looking at today are over doing outdoor advertisements or like advertising specific businesses with your vehicle. Like whether they are putting like a sign in the window, writing in the back of your window or whatever, there's actually a pretty good market for it, and people that are knocking this out are actually doing a killing, are making a killing doing this. Like the one that we're looking right now is made by Nevier. I think that's correct, and if it's not, I'm notorious for getting the names wrong, so my apologies. But he's a top-rated seller, and his gig that he's offering right now is I will promote your business / brand name by awesome rickshaw driver, and will send you an HD video for $5. His is a pretty area specific because rickshaws are very common in like India, and he's really taking advantage of this fact. Because I'll show you as an example, if it will load, hopefully soon. Let's see if I can fast forward this thing. And I've looked at his other work sample that he has over here. So pretty much what he's doing is the rickshaw driver does loops around in in a parking lot, and then he pops out with your sign or whatever message you have, and then describes it or it says whatever slogan you want. Yeah. And as we can see down here, he's doing pretty darn good. He has 260 positive reviews, and if we base it on maybe 80-90% of people actually getting the reviews, he probably has 300 or so. Which, just doing the simple math, that's over $1,000. Just having a driver drive around in a parking lot with a message on that. So, and considering the positive currency exchange from USD over to, I think it's Indian rupees, it's a great deal for him. But you might be saying to yourself, well, that's cool and fine and dandy, but there aren't any rickshaw drivers in my neighborhood. This is what this next example is actually going to be about. This is from Ray Brown. He says, I will write your message website ad on my Jeep Wrangler and drive around New Orleans for $5. See, that's a little bit more obtainable, because while I personally don't have a Jeep Wrangler, I think it's fair to assume that we all, for the most part, have access to a vehicle of some sort. And this guy's pretty much, all he's doing is he's going and using one of those I think they're called like temporary paint pins or like design pins on the back of his vehicle, and then driving around like New Orleans, with your message just in the back. The one thing I do have to note about this fellow over here, see, he even gives you the brand that he's using, Glass Chalk. But his presentation is really good. Like, I'll give you a short little clip from it in this video, but it's nothing that is not obtainable or doable.
Basically, for just $5, I went to a website, advertisement or message on the back of my Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and leave it up on display for 2 days while I drive around the city. It's a really great...
Alright, I'll cut that off, but he's pretty much just saying he's going to write your message or your slogan or whatever on the back of his Jeep and have it there for 2 days, and he's going to send you a photo with your message on it. And hopefully, during that 2-day period when he's driving around with that message on the back, you get one customer. He actually makes a great argument for it. if you spend the $5 and it converts into one customer, what's the customer's value depending on your product? You know, like if your product is literally worth $5 and this advertisement gets the sale of $5 for you, then the investment is really worth it, and you just broken even. And especially if you have like a continuity program in which your product or your service is monthly and it's renewable, then then you could really see the value in it. And that's just a really great pitch. And I encourage you, if you actually plan on doing something like this, then you should really argue that point. And this fellow over here, let's see how many he's done. He's done 126 based on positive reviews. And if we, once again, say 80-90% of people do it, he probably did closer to 150, 160, maybe even 200 if he doesn't have that that much of a, people getting back to him and doing positive feedback. So, another great example. And the final example I'm actually going to give is, let's go over here, is from Wally Dog. His is a little bit more specialized. He's making a 2,000-mile Harley Davidson trip, and in the back of his motorcycle, or technically it's a trike, I think. Here we go. Alright. On the back of his actual trike, he's going to be displaying a message on like a LED panel, which is really interesting. And it's also, you could tell that he planned this thing out. Hopefully this thing loads. Let's see. My daughter's saying hi in the background. Let's see, like right there. Like on the back of the vehicle, it displays your message, and since he's making the trip, he's going to expose your message to a lot of different people just because it's outside of the ordinary. And one of the things about marketing is novelty plays a big role, because if you see it like a million times, that's actually part of branding, but it's in the back of the customer's mind. But on the other hand, like if something's out of the ordinary or novel, they will remember it, because I remember seeing this Harley like with an advertisement right in the back of it. What was that advertisement? And that's exactly what the service system guy is offering. While he's just really gotten started at this, I think he's been doing it maybe a few days now, but he has 6 positive reviews so far, because he actually just adds it and gives proof to his customers really quick, and he's actually going to do the bulk of the advertising when he actually makes a trip, which is on May 28th until about June 8th. So he has a little while to do this, so he can get a whole bunch of people. And it's no extra effort on his part, and so really it's just going to be passive money for him at a certain point. And I think that's a great idea for everyone. But like all of these offers really have a lot in common. They all have upsells that can result into quite a lot of money that doesn't really actually add all that much to it. Like this guy, rather smartly, is willing to accept a tip for a job well done. He's able to move your order to the top of the list, so you get results now if you pay him an additional $10, and he's willing to even do video testimonials and stuff. My daughter's jumping on me now, but he's willing to do all of this, for an extra, $5 to $10, depending, actually, and even $20, really, to do all of this stuff. And I'll also jump over to the like doing the cool rickshaw driver thing. He has, let's see, pretty much a similar thing. Like, I will add your favorite song to it, which no extra time, to do that, because literally he's going to be editing the video anyway. So I'm just putting on your song right on top of the message, and that's it. I'll print your logo and message with a color laser printer. Seriously, all of his stuff requires no extra time because he's going to be doing it anyway. So, I think that's really awesome. That's really what you want to do. And let's see Wally over here. What extras does he have? He'll also put a banner on his web page, or even larger banner in their sponsor page. So literally, you'd be sponsoring his trip, which I think was his goal, really. But it's a great idea. Literally, you're paying extra money for a service that doesn't take any extra effort to really do. because you're going to be sending over the banner, and he's just literally going to be either like posting it using his like cPanel on his website, or putting it in the HTML code of his website, which I know from experience doesn't take more than like a minute or two. It's super simple. And if he's using like a WordPress blog or something, it's even simpler. I've done it in like 30 seconds. So, I, you know, I think it's a great idea, and I think you should take this idea and bring it forward. Make your own unique offer, because it doesn't necessarily have to be about cars or whatever. It might be something. Just make it unique. You could put a sign on the window of your house and say, "I will advertise your business on my house for $5." You could put a sign in the window of your business. Put it in like your car, like these fellas. And put it pretty much everywhere. Not anywhere that you would like. And you could make some genuine money off of this, because we're seeing examples of people who are doing just that. So take this information, apply it, and knock it out of the park. And I'll talk to y'all later.